something that for me is kind of hard to do. And so I'm doing this, I'm putting this out there, and my hopes is that I'm going to find somebody that maybe I can relate with, maybe that's going along the same journey that I am of, self-discovery, self-improvement, but also trying to find my true life's purpose. And there's a guy online, his name's Ralph Smart. He does Infinite Waters, and he's a smart guy. Yeah, don't let the name fool you. He's a smart guy. And one thing that I think that he really focuses on is, someone becoming their true self, who they're really supposed to be, your life's mission. And I think in every religion, in every self-improvement thing, whatever you want to do, and somebody's trying to be their fearless, authentic self, I think people can really see that. I think people can believe that and understand that and relate with it. They can see the passion in that person on what they're trying to do. And just a little bit about me, I've been a programmer for most of my life. I'm 41 now, and I'm married to the woman of my dreams, and we have 4 kids together. I had a practice wife, so I have an older daughter from there, and they're all beautiful, and we have one baby on the way due in like 3 weeks. And so we have our 10-year anniversary on Saturday, which is like 2 days. And so I'm still trying to figure out something to do, but I'm very blessed and very grateful for everything we have, and it's been an interesting 10 years. We've done really well in business. I run my own business. I do freelance programming and stuff like that, and we've had some times where we've done really well. But then, about 4 years ago, things started to change a little bit, not for the good, not for the better, and so we've been through this whole thing, where you go down to your lowest of lows, and you really question everything, and you question yourself, and you try to do all these different things. I had a bunch of different jobs when business wasn't good, and these jobs were really cool, and they served a purpose, and I learned a lot from them, but they weren't me. I wasn't being my true self. I'm really good at sales because I like people, and I can relate with people, and they get stuff or they buy stuff because they're buying me, right? That's what all sales is they buy the person who's selling it. If I wasn't authentic and I wasn't truthful, and they could sense that, then I wouldn't be doing very good at sales. And there are some people that totally lie their butts off and try to con everybody, and I've been in business with some of those guys, and eventually they get their own, because people can really tell when someone's telling the truth, and if they're lying, then eventually they're going to know anyway. So not being your true authentic self hurts you in so many different ways, and if you're intentionally trying to mislead people, well, that's going to come back to bite you 1,000 times over. And so in our efforts to try and help people, and even in web clients that don't have a lot of money, I've really tried to help them. But the one thing that I've learned is that when you try and help somebody, if you're not all the way good, and you're not self-sustaining, and you're not, I don't know what I'm trying to say here, except, your house is a little bit broken, my house is a little bit broken, then it can affect the way that you can help other people. There's a lot of truth in, if there's, a beam in my eye, how can I help somebody else? Well, it's because I can't see what they need, right? Because I'm hurt, I'm broken. And so we've helped a lot of people and a lot of companies, a lot of startups, get going by cutting costs. But the problem is that always ended up hurting us, because A, we didn't get paid what we should have, so that hurt us financially, and then B, they never followed through with the promises that they had for us. I had, for instance, one contract was a $40,000 contract. I built their systems on a very small budget, and then in 6 months they were supposed to pay me a lump sum, and that might sound like a lot of money, but for 6 months worth of work with, the experience that I have and what I can do and what I know how to do, that's not very much. And so, plus I was going to be the CTO of this company and have an actual position with them. And things fell through on their end because of mismanagement of funds. And they're even a member of, one of the churches here locally. And, he's one of the leaders there. And, that happened over and over again with these different people. And I tried to figure out what was going on. I was like, man, why do we keep running into these guys? Is it because I want to help everybody and so I'm willing to sacrifice everything? Well, yeah, that's part of it. But really, it was just me. It was me. It was the energy that I was putting off. It was the vibe I was putting off. And people that, intentionally con people or lie to people, they would find me because they would sense that I wanted to help them and they would take advantage of me. And so I had to really look deep down inside myself these last 4 years and figure out what it was. And I couldn't do it for the longest time. And so what I've realized is that we have to do what our life's purpose is. And Ralph Smart helped me figure that out in other mentors. Even Tim Bingham, he's a great life coach. I don't remember what he actually wants to be called, but he mentors people. And Tim, if you're watching this, man, I love you, man. And initially, I told you this, but initially I didn't think you're going to do this because he was doing carpet cleaning and doing this, cleaning of places. And I was like, okay, this guy's kind of a funny guy. I like him. He's really cool, but how can he do this? And the reason is because he went and found out what his true life mission is. He used to be a massage therapist, and he really liked to do that. He liked to help people. He liked to give advice, and he would notice things, and he would point them out, and he would help people. That's what massage therapists should do, right? They're a therapist, right? They're not just working on our bodies. It's all connected. And so he went and did the carpet cleaning thing for a while, and he was successful. He did really good. And then he decided to make a change and go into personal development and life coaching and business coaching. And I gotta say, he's phenomenal because this is his life purpose. This is what he's here to do. And I think we all have that thing. I think so many of us get locked into this, hey, I'm a programmer, I've been doing it for over 20 years, so I know my stuff. And I'm not the best programmer on the planet, but I'm a really good project manager. I'm exceptional at talking with people of all levels of technical intelligence in a company. And I love meeting with clients and, selling the stuff. So I'm kind of like an all-around really good at IT stuff, more of on the executive level, because on the programming side, even though I'm really good at that, it's not my forte because I'm more of a people person, right? I don't want to sit in the corner drinking Mountain Dew and with the lights off, okay, maybe once in a while, but for the most part, I want to be where people are. And so I've realized that my mission and my journey isn't to be a nuts and bolts programmer guy, it's to be with people. Another thing that I've done over the last 20 years is I have been a DJ, an entertainer, right? And I've been a DJ where it's just dance music, stuff like that. But then I've also been on the karaoke side, and that's actually how I got started in it. So this guy named Trace Jones, he's awesome. I met him at one of the clubs, and he's like, hey, do you want to do this? I was like, this is way outside of my comfort zone, but sure, it was cool. And so I got started with that, and off and on for the last 20 years, that's what I've been doing on the side and at night. And it really helped me develop my personality, and it helped me do part of my life goal as far as helping people, because when people get out there and karaoke for the first time, it's really nerve-wracking. They're nervous, and some of them can't sing worth a darn, but they're having fun, and who cares, right? And so they get out there and do it, and then you see something that happens. Something changes in them, and sometimes they become karaoke whores, and that's all they want to do, and that's okay. They got to get it out of their system somehow, right? Or maybe they'll become this really fantastic singer and wow everybody. But I really like that moment when I can see some. So I hope that was recording. I'm not really sure, but it clicked off for some reason. So, anyways, I've made choices that haven't helped me as far as my body goes, but I know a lot of stuff. I've done, a lifetime's worth of research and development and self-testing on things, that are good for me. And when I was in my 20s, I had rock hard abs. I was in shape. I could do anything. I was never much of a runner. I was a basketball guy, so I'm a sprinter, and I got really good at that. And then, I got married to someone who I refer to as my practice wife, because you learn all the things that you're not going to do again and all the things that you don't want again, right? And so, but I got a beautiful daughter out of that, and so I'm grateful for that. And what happened is, because of what I went through, my emotional state was really low. I stopped being healthy. I stopped working out, and I was just DJing and doing my business in the day. So I was making a lot of money. I had everything financially figured out. I was doing really well. And then, 2000, even in 2006, I went to China. I was the CTO of a language company called Language Calls, and it was awesome. I was on top of the world, man. It was like, hey, this is awesome. But personally, I wasn't doing so awesome. I was making a lot of bad choices as far as health goes, and eventually that really, hurt me. And so 10 years ago, I meet my wife, and we start making a change, and we start making little changes here and there and learning things, and it's like our eyes started open. It was like, wow, we didn't even know this whole world was a sham. We're like lied to about everything. We're lied to about health. We're lied to about nutrition, what's real, what's not. We're lied to about news events. We're lied to about terrorist events. We're lied to about everything, and I could go deep into the rabbit hole, because that's where, the truth is. The truth isn't just out there. It's not available, because the people that are controlling all this information don't want us to know all this stuff. They don't want us to know how to heal ourselves. They don't want us to know how to be happy all the time by ourselves without their influence. Here, watch this program. It'll make you happy for a minute. They don't want us to know all this stuff, because if we did know that stuff, we wouldn't need them. If we knew actual nutrition, we wouldn't buy 99.9% of the crap you find in the grocery stores and even health food stores. There's a lot of stuff we wouldn't do that fills their pockets, that gives them control. And so, one of my life's missions is that I can discern truth. And a lot of people would debate me on some of the things that I've learned, of course, and that's totally cool, because everyone's opinion is okay. Everyone's journey and everyone's level of where they're at is fine, because that's where you're supposed to be. This is where I'm supposed to be. And I'm supposed to say this stuff now. I'm not supposed to keep it private. And some things I'll keep private because, not a lot of people are ready for it. But as far as health and nutrition and lifestyle and just feeling good, that's stuff that I know a lot about. I've been to the lowest of the low. And, I'm ready to be at the highest of the high. And health affects everything. It doesn't just affect, how we feel or how we wake up, or, if we have a good bowel movement or not, but when you're healthy, those are good too. But it affects everything. If you feel like crap, you're going to be crap at work. You're going to be crap to your family. You're going to be, junky to everybody. So, when you improve your health, everything improves. And so, 60 days ago, and that's why I'm doing this, this is my 60-day, update, I guess, in a long way. And 60 days ago, we started this journey of this really cool challenge by the Proven team with the company called Zija. There's a bunch of awesome people over there. It's a company that I've researched for years. And I wanted to find, not necessarily a company or product, but just a group of people that I could relate with, that were honest and truthful, in all their dealings. And this is a really good group of people, and I found my home with this group of people, and this awesome nutrition, amongst others. I love Robert Cassar. I love the Earthshift Academy and earthshiftproducts.com. Really awesome stuff, super awesome stuff. So it's not like I'm out here trying to promote a business, saying that, hey, you got to buy these products because it's the only thing in the world. No, there's tons of health products, and whatever's right for you is what's right for you. You know, some people want it really easy. So these, you know, the products from Zija are awesome, you know, at that, because, you know, 3 minutes a day and there you go. You got a ton of nutrition that you never had before. You know, it's changing lives. It's helping people lose tons of weight, you know, and not eat as much junk, you know, and not have that Mountain Dew at noon or that crash at 3 p.m. or whatever. There's tons of good stuff there. But there's also good stuff everywhere. So, you know, one of the things that I want to focus on is, you know, just some of the 60-day, you know, wins that I've had. And I'll post this on there, but this is my sheet. I don't know if you could see it very well, but this is my sheet of my measurements, you know, and my weight and all these different things. And it's pretty cool, you know, losing 31 pounds in 60 days. I think that's pretty awesome. You know, losing, you know, an inch what is it? Yeah, about an inch and a quarter off my neck, you know, way cool. And, you know, all these different measurements off my waist, you know, off my chest. I actually gained a little on my chest this last month because I've been working out, you know. And, you know, these are really cool. It's, you know, it's a way to keep track, you know, and be accountable. And this group online is just helping me keep, you know, stay accountable. And this is another thing, as the wind takes it away, that I've, you know, really tried to stick to. And, you know, I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. If you find a perfect person, they're not real. You know, they're an alien. Everybody has stuff. And so we created this schedule where I get up at 5 a.m. now. You know, and if you would have said 60 days ago that you're going to get up 5 a.m. every single day and like it, I'd have been like, you're friggin' nuts, man. And so, but it is so awesome. We do not need as much sleep as we're told, you know. The reason why people need sleep is because they're fat, sick, and nearly dead. Great documentary, by the way. But, you know, it's our health. And when it's poor is when we need sleep. We need sleep when we're healthy, you know. And so, you know, I get up at 5 and I do, you know, the first thing I do is I drink 32 ounces of distilled water with Super Mix and an XM Burn from Zija. Awesome products. It has moringa in it. You know, do some Googling on moringa. And if you're taking moringa, don't just, if you get a product, you got to source it. Because there's a lot of junk out there. But you don't want a product that's just the leaves, you know. You want to have the seeds and, you know, the other parts of the tree. It's a tree. And it is a complete, you know, protein source. And so there's a lot of people that say, well, you can't just live off plants, and that's total bull, you know. I've not only proven it myself, there are so many examples out there, weightlifters, runners, bikers, you know, all these people that are 100% plant-based that are doing just fine. And in fact, they're going to be more healthy than... All right, I guess there's a time limit on this camera of how long you can record. And I know I'm probably going a little bit long, but, you know, I've learned a lot of things in the last 60 days that I didn't realize before. And the reason is because I eliminated all my barriers. It took, you know, it was a progression over the 60 days, but it was still barriers that I had put on myself. You know, oh, I don't want to say this stuff in front of people because there's some people that are going to disagree with me. You know, like I used to post stuff online about all sorts of things, and you know, I got in some heated discussions with people, and I wasn't even being argumentative. It's just they were adamant about their position, and I was like, you know, hey, why are you attacking me because this is what I found to be true, you know, for me and my family? Why can't other people respect that? And there are some people out there that are just trolls. They're just looking for a fight. They're just looking to say crap, and I say, you know, to hell with them. I don't care, you know, what they have to say, and it doesn't affect me anymore. You know, that might sound really super negative, but, you know, those kind of people don't belong in my life. And, you know, we have to really know who to keep in our life and who to eject from our life. Like, you know, there's a guy named Kirk Duncan. Google him. He's awesome. All right, so I have no idea what's going on with this camera. I don't even know what's going to record in here, but maybe I'll have to dub some in later. But, the amount of things that I've lost, as far as weight, inches, whatever, doesn't even add up to the amount of things that I've gained. I've gained my life back. I've gained, a new outlook on what's really real and what really matters. And bottom line is, guys, be your true, authentic self. Do what you feel is right. Don't even care about what anybody else says, because there's a really good thing that somebody said once, that when you have your funeral, guess how many people are going to be there, right? Not that many. And weather plays a big part of it, right? And so out of all the people you've ever known, however many people are even going to go to your graveside is even less, especially if it's raining, right? That takes it down like 10%. So, if they're not going to be there for you, through your whole life, through ups and downs, there are so many people in my life that are there for me all the time. In fact, my wife did a really cool thing where she put it out there, hey, say something nice for Joshua, he's turning 40. And it was really cool. There was a lot of nice things that were said in there, and I appreciate you guys. And it made me feel really good. And they were true and authentic, and I could tell the ones that weren't. But the people that have been there for us in our down times are going to be the people that will be there for us forever. And we'll be there for them, absolutely, too. But you really know who your true friends are when you make changes in your life and they're still there for you because they love you, not what you're doing or what you can do for them. And those are the kind of people that you want to keep in your life, the people that are there for you, that provide some sort of, support for you through thick and thin. It's no different than a marriage vow, right? Till death do us part. Why are friends any different? Why should we not be there for everybody that we care about? And, there are times and things in our lives that happen that prevent us from being there when we really want to, but at least reach out, and explain it. But like, my family is pretty much non-existent in my life for the most part. There are a few members of the family that I keep in touch with that are there, and that's cool. They don't want to get to know me. That's awesome. Does it hurt? Not anymore. It used to. It used to really get to me, and I used to say, oh, screw you guys. You guys don't know me. And I just don't care anymore, It's like if somebody doesn't want to take the time to get to know you, your true you, instead of assuming things that they see on Facebook or, because you don't come to family outings, you're a bad guy, or you think you're better than everybody. It's all bull crap. If they don't get to know you, they don't know anything. And they don't deserve to be part of your life. And so, that's one of the things that we've learned when we've gone through the stuff that we've gone through. Because we've gone through almost everything a married couple can go through. And we're good, we're solid. Because we look at it as an event that's temporary. We look at it as, what can we learn from this, instead of, going down that road. And we did go down that road sometimes when things happen that is like, oh, this sucks, everything sucks, life sucks, it stinks, blah, 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 blah. And it was awful. It's a stupid, destructive road that really, it all has to do with perspective. We can take any event from our past and change it into something positive if we would just give it a different perspective. And that's one thing that I've learned in this last 60 days with this 90-day challenge, is that everything is a matter of perspective and everything is temporary. It's like once, I guess not once, right now, I am being who I am. I am someone who wants to help people. I am somebody who wants to not just know a lot of things, but I do all the things that I know that I should do. I don't want to be a hypocrite anymore. It's like, I'd be like, yeah, you shouldn't do that, and then I'd do it, right? It's like what we tell our kids sometimes, yeah, you shouldn't do that. Or I'm eating food right now and I'm telling them, don't talk with your mouth full, and I'm doing the same thing, right? And so it's freezing out here, but I don't care, because I really needed to do this. I needed to, connect with you, and I hope that our journey and maybe some of my motivation can rub off on you. Motivation comes from within. It's not an outside force. A motivational speaker doesn't motivate somebody. They may give you a reason to motivate yourself, but they don't motivate you. So If anything, hey, I'm just grateful that I'm outside right here in this awesome, beautiful park, even though everything's dead and it's wintertime. I'm just happy to be out here. I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy to have the family that I have. I'm happy that we've gone through all these different challenges because it gives us a whole different perspective. I mean, how can we help somebody through something if we haven't been through it? There's a lot of people out there, a lot of, people who become coaches that have never been through what they're trying to help people through. You can't do that. It's not real. It's fake. They don't know a damn thing about what you're going through, and you have to go through stuff in order to help people through stuff. You might know some stuff, but if you've never been down that road, you really don't know. You can't relate. You can't empathize, and your advice really just comes off as either arrogance or that you're better than somebody else or whatever. So if you haven't been down a road and you're trying to help somebody with something, be there to support them. Don't try to say, oh, I've been there, man, I know what you've done. Just listen to them. Be their ear, be their friend. And so I could probably go on forever, but I'm not going to. I just want to say again that I am happy to be alive, and I'm grateful for all the awesomeness that is coming our way, that is manifesting in our lives, because we make our own future, baby. We make our own present, and now is the only time we ever have. So why don't you go out and do something with your day, do something with your life, make some changes, connect with me, ask some questions, whatever. I'm out here, baby, and I'm having fun. All right, so take 3.